We are live. We are also direct with intuition specialist Terrie Huberman, who helps smart, ambitious, and sometimes exhausted professionals
Yeah.
to really lean into the next level of intuition, which stops the second guessing, which arrests the overwhelm, stopping them from making progress. So they learn to cut out the noise and to trust themselves. She helps people to really lean into decisions that are aligned and not AI led, but soul led and self led. Welcome. She leads, she sells intuition expert, Terrie Huberman in the cyber building. Welcome, my sister.
Oh my goodness, Jay. What an intro. Thank you. I love it.
This is it.
It's
This is
nice
it.
to meet you.
Yeah,
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
100%. Let me know. Who's ideal for you? Who do you love to serve? Is it women who are CEOs, professionals, business women? Like, who's good for you in terms of who do you like to serve?
Well, it's primarily a professional, high achieving, high performing woman. That's not to say I wouldn't deal with men. It's the same. Energy is energy. There's no sexuality attached to it. It's just that that's who I tend to draw in are more women, but I would work with a man. Absolutely. But it's the woman for all intents and purposes. We'll just say it's the woman who really has this intention of doing it all, but she's exhausted.
Wow.
And on the outside, she looks like she has it all together. But on the inside, she is a vortex of chaos and drama and just scatteredness and is constantly second guessing herself. She's got imposter syndrome.
Yep.
And she has made many achievements in her life. So it's not like she's a dumb idiot. She's really ambitious. But she is just chaotically, energetically disorganized. I guess that's a great way of saying it.
Wow. Are you also a poet? Or
No.
yeah.
But if things are gonna come out, I'm gonna take it. That's where I gotta just go
Yeah,
with
no,
my
I
intuition.
like the
I'm
way
like,
you
all right,
put the words together. Yeah.
yeah, thank you. Thank you.
What's the
Yeah.
outcome? So when they pay you,
Yeah.
what's the outcome? What do they pay for exactly?
Yeah. So they are paying to learn how to manage and balance their energy
Okay.
so that they feel confident and they feel probably more secure and more joyful in their life. So when you can manage and regulate your energy, your clarity comes through. And so when you're clear, you know what steps to take. You know your path is there. Even if you don't know 30 steps ahead, you would know, or at least be able to identify and recognize just the next step, because that's all you really need, because it moves step by step by step. And when women work with me, there's a spiritual curiosity that they have, or
Yeah.
a flair that they have. So they learn how to trust in the divine
Wow.
and in themselves. So I'm very energetic based. And it's funny because I've been told I've been told that I'm like, if Mel Robbins and Gabby Burton had a baby, that would be like really practical and pragmatic with spirituality and woo.
Wow.
I like science.
You also like spirit, don't you? It's where spirit and
Yeah.
science combine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm.
And they can be, because everything is energetically based. And when you go to the science of the woo, all energy are subatomic particles that are moving in certain speeds and in certain patterns. And that's what creates an emotion or a feeling, which is an energy in motion. So a lot of women, especially high achieving ones, they're not taught how to manage the energy and how to move it through. And when it gets stuck and there's a lot of it, and you have more than one feeling at a time, it's called anxiety.
Okay.
And so anxiety is not a brain state. It's just an excess amount of energy that's in the body that has to be moved through and out
Yeah.
of the body.
Wow.
So and there are different ways to manage and balance it. I just use the human body and then also spiritual connection and energetic awareness to move that through the body to gain control. And when a woman feels like she has control, her confidence goes way up.
Wow. Amazing.
Mel
Speaking of
Robbins.
weapons,
I noticed that.
speaking of Mel Robbins, I've been digging into this. I think the biggest insight from here was let them let me. Let them think that I'm too much. Let me step into my vision. Let them laugh at me. Let me love myself. So let them love me. What book are you currently reading? And share with us, like in terms of any golden nuggets from the book.
Yeah. So I'm not reading a book right now.
Okay.
I'll be very transparent. I'm not a very big reader. I wish I was.
Okay.
But
Podcast. Anything? Yeah.
well, the last book that I read that was really amazing, was called Happy Money, and it's by Ken Honda. And he's from Japan. So a lot of it is the Japanese insights and ways of allowing money to build a relationship with you and for you to change your perspective on what happiness is in connection to money.
Mhm.
So there is an energetic attachment and an energetic flow to money. And the happier your relationship with money, the more and easier it can come to you and you can build a relationship with it, just like any other human. So I loved that book. Loved it. Highly recommend it.
Thanks for sharing. How have you built up such a big audience? Like I said, 28,000 followers on Facebook.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Well, I've been around for a while, first of all. I started my business in 2014 as a psychic medium.
When you
So
were 10 years old, right?
when I was 10 years old, thank you, bless you, namaste. And I was really lucky to connect with an influencer
Okay.
on YouTube, and we did several videos together. And I really got to demonstrate my intuition and the accuracy of my intuition. And then from there, I connected with other influencers, and I just built it from there. And then in the past year, I actually released a book. I wrote a book.
Wow.
Yeah, it's called Overcome Overthinking: 9 Steps for Indecisive Individuals to Reclaim Emotional Mastery, Gain Intuitive Clarity, and Access Your Inner Power to Make Confident Life Decisions. And everyone has an intuition. It's just a muscle that can be practiced. Like you go to the gym, you work it out consistently, and then you build muscle. So everyone has an intuition. But a lot of the time, the overthinking, the overwhelm, that outside noise and chatter blocks that connection to really hear it.
Okay.
So I really want women to be very successful. And a lot of the times they're working from fear instead of intuition. So on some level, they actually squash their success. So I like to teach them how to, as part of the emotional management and mastery, I want them to be making good decisions for them. Because what's good for you may not be good for someone else. But if you can't hear your inside, then you won't necessarily be able to recognize and see that next step, which is what I was talking about earlier.
Well said.
Thank you.
That book's on Amazon, is it?
Yes, it's on Amazon, and you can get it digitally through Amazon, or you can buy the hard copy.
How long
Through
did it
Amazon.
take for you to write the book?
I was using it as a healing tool myself to get over a traumatic experience where I was living in the back area. There was an arson. So it was a horrible experience. Fire, you had to wake up in the middle of the night, run out, grab all the things, run out with the hopes that you and your dog and your laptop and your jewelry survive all the important documents, and then being displaced and all that. So the book was a healing tool. And I want to say it took me probably about 6 to 8 months to write out. Because there's the healing process. Every time something would come up, I'd have to be like, okay, I got to stop. I have to collect myself. I've got to integrate what just came up for me and then find that inspiration and motivation and then move forward. So it was a little bit of it took time. It took time. But then I finished it, right?
Yeah.
Because if you make a commitment and you take consistent action, you can actually reach a goal. It's that simple.
Well said. What stops people from taking that consistent action?
To say there's an underlying, but it would have to be a survival mode. Their fight, flight, fawn, or freeze responses to any circumstance, because that's the way humans operate. So, depending on their coping skill, which would be the expression of that survival mode, bottom line comes down to I feel like I'm going to die. So, and that's the human ego, because the ego is literally designed to keep the human being alive
Okay.
to any extent. So, actions, though the results are physical and tangible, how you get there is really non-physical, right? Motivation and inspiration isn't a physical thing. It's something you have to either create, conjure up, and then manage and maintain on your own. So when I'm teaching about energy, I'm teaching about non-physical and physical energies. So it really is one of those things where you just have to keep going and sort of trust in the outcome or the result that isn't there yet.
Wow. Visibility. This is she leads, she sells.
Visibility.
How do you get visible? How are you?
Yeah.
How do you get
Yeah.
visible? Workshops, content, like how does it work?
Yeah. It could differ for everybody. I happen to be a person who's not afraid to get up on a stage in front of 500 people and lead a seance, right? So, visibility is really just about how you're showing up.
Huh?
So that you can be acknowledged, recognized, and exposed. So if you're trying to build a business, you gotta still find a way to show yourself despite being afraid. So you have to work through those fears. So for me personally, I mean, I got very lucky when I connected with an influencer. And so we did several videos together. I love collaborating with other healers and coaches and entrepreneurs so that we can introduce ourselves to different audiences. You could do exchanges, you can do even something similar like we're doing now, a podcast, right? I've participated in, I mean, just so many things. Right now, I'm being a lot more on publicity. I'm trying to do my own publicity. So I'm pitching myself to magazines and online media outlets for exposure. So visibility is how are you going to show up? I like public exposure. No shame in the game. I'm a Leo, so I can take a stage, I can do all that. So visibility is necessary when you're building a business. Without visibility, nobody knows about you.
Yeah. 100%. And I think your dog agrees with that.
Yes, she's like, yes, yes, mommy.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, there's nothing like our dog, like sort of kind of chiming in at the right moment and kind of agreeing with what's been laid out. Sales.
Yeah, sales.
How are
Yeah.
you enrolling your clients? How do you deal with, I've not got the money, it's too expensive? Tell me a bit about sales. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's the visibility thing. If there's the no like and trust factor, right? If you're not showing up, people don't get a chance to know you. They don't get a chance to like you, and if they don't like you, they can't trust you. So, I have to be honest, I do not like being on social media. I don't, but I have to. Right? I have to, which means I have to create content. So I do a lot of workshops because I do like to work with groups of people.
Mm-hmm.
So I have that. Um, so that's a way of, exposing yourself. I've been published in magazines, online outlets, so that's a way of exposing myself. I am not confident in advertising, I'll be honest. The advertising thing is just I have no idea what I'm doing, and the irony is that my background is in advertising, but for other people, fine. For me, so I've spent money advertising and I just wasn't making it back because I wasn't doing it right. So with advertising, you do have to do it right or you have to pay somebody. Again, exchanges, collaborations for sales. I do a monthly new moon energy workshop, and that's a pay what you can. And so what's really nice about that is people feel like they want to give because they're not being pressured. So that's good. You know, my book makes some sales. So there's that. I prefer publicity to advertising
Amazing.
for sales. Yeah.
That was good. Good elements there, good collaborations. Let them know how they can get in contact with you and who you serve.
Yeah, sure. So I serve high performing women, high achieving women who have everything. So they've achieved a lot of success, which is fantastic, but they second guess themselves. They've got the imposter syndrome and they can't go within to find the real direction because they can't necessarily hear it from the outside noise. And I do that through helping women optimize their energy. So you can find me at terriehuberman.com. And I'm also on social media on Facebook. I'm intuitive coach Terrie Huberman, on Instagram at intuitive Terrie Huberman. I'm on YouTube. I have a YouTube channel. You plug in Terrie Huberman into Google and you will find a way to connect to me for sure. For sure.
Amazing. Terrie, I love your essence. You are like
Thank
a
you.
wise owl. Really,
I love that. I'll take it. Thank you. That's very kind of you.
yeah. Thank you so much. She says Terrie Huberman in the building. We out.
Thank you.